back to this Real America's Voice Newsbreak. I'm Terrence Bates. FBI Director Kash Patel continues facing criticism about how his agency handled the investigation into Charlie Kirk's murder and the release of information surrounding the suspect and other persons of interest. The director faced questions from both Democrats and Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee on Tuesday. Democrat Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey used that opportunity to criticize the work Patel has been doing, even saying that he doesn't believe the director will be on the job much longer. That political face-off devolved into this.
That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is
I follow you on your social media posts that tear this country apart.
To address your falsehoods.
Oh, you can try all you want
in this country.
To not take responsibility for what you have said. Sir, you're making a mockery of this committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over. The people of New Jersey tell me what my time is. You can't lecture me.
You can tell me my time's over.
You may be the charge of the FBI,
I'm not going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you,
Mr.
Meantime, Charlie Kirk's accused assassin is officially charged with aggravated murder this morning.
We did file just recently, within the last few minutes, a notice of intent to seek the death penalty that was filed by Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray. You, Your Honor, and sign that.
Thank you. I have reviewed the pretrial protective order and will be issuing this pretrial protective order in favor of Erica Kirk.
The 22-year-old suspect made his first court appearance on Tuesday via video from jail where he was being held. He also is charged with felony discharge of a firearm causing serious injury. Prosecutors point out that children were present at the time of the shooting and that the suspect's DNA was found on the murder weapon. That's a quick check of your headlines. I'm Terrence Bates.
This is the Charlie Kirk Show. My name is Glenn Beck. We have something special that we made for Charlie and the staff here at TPUSA coming up in just a minute. I haven't even heard it. My daughter, who is 19 years old, made it with David Osmond last night, and she was there about 10 feet away from the tent when Charlie was shot, and we'll tell you a little bit about this next hour.
Glenn, talk to me about the path forward from here, because I think a lot of people right now have that moment where they're so thankful for everything that Charlie had done and appreciated his approach to everything, this open approach, open debate, and they want to continue that approach. I do think there's also a lot of people who look at it and say, for everything that Charlie tried to do, look at what the price he paid. And we can't just do that anymore. We have to go farther. We have to change this. We have to. There's a righteous anger that people want to move upon.
The righteous anger. So the righteous anger, that is righteous and right and natural. I mean, it is one of the phases of grief. And we went through the first phase. Day one, denial. I mean, we saw the video. Mm-hmm. I did, unfortunately. I saw the video, and I called a surgeon friend of mine right away, and I sent him the video, and I said, is there any way? And he's like, no way. And yet, for 2 hours, I was on the air with Megyn Kelly, and I was saying, well, no, there's a chance. There's a chance. Mm-hmm. Because I wanted to believe that. Anger is part of that, and we're going to go through it. But I have been so amazed and so proud of our side. I'm going to tell you next hour of a private conversation that I had with Charlie about assassinations. And so far, everybody is handling it exactly the way he would have hoped. And I know it to be true because I talked to him about it.
Well, certainly not everybody is handling it the right way.
Yeah.
It's funny because I had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and we were talking about the reaction to all of this. And we kind of said, are you encouraged by what you're seeing, or are you despondent?
I'm very encouraged.
It's fascinating. My instant reaction was despondent. Because
wow.
I don't know, maybe I've tortured myself with too much of the negative reaction.
Maybe.
However, talking it out, I think I've changed my mind on it.
Look how many people have gone to church for the first time. See, this is the difference. Charlie wasn't just a political guy. Mm-hmm. Charlie was an evangelical preacher in the end. And he was talking about universal things and things that people are starving for. And look at the God movement that is happening. He short-circuited a lot of stuff, and now God is moving with his people. And I find that extraordinarily optimistic. I think what we have to be careful of is, I'll start to worry about the people of TPUSA. I mean, we've already been praying for you, but I'm going to start worrying about you next week and the week after, because I've had enough people in my life die. Once company goes home, then you're left alone with the reality. Mm-hmm. And that's when that despair or hopelessness can start to play games with you. Don't let it. I mean, I'll tell you in a minute. I know what Charlie would have wanted. And what he would have wanted was move forward, keep moving, keep pressing forward, keep staying true to the principles that we have laid out. And that's the only thing I worry about on our side, is if anybody gets angry and somebody's going to do something stupid. And I hope that doesn't happen. I pray that doesn't happen. I don't think it will, quite honestly, but I could be wrong. But if we have real discipline, and then constitutional discipline. This hate speech debate, Charlie wouldn't have been for that. Ever. We
know that he tweeted explicitly about it.
Hate speech. There is no such thing as hate speech. There is speech. There's uncomfortable speech. There's evil speech. There's bad speech. There's speech you don't like at all. There's speech you would just want to say to somebody, shut up. But there's no such thing as hate speech. There is no legal position for, in this country, the only kind of speech that requires protection is the kind of speech that everybody hates. So there is no place for hate speech. And it bothers me, this Pam Bondi movement of going after people with hate speech. No, we don't do that. You have a right to speak, and I will fight to my dying breath for your right to say what you believe. I don't necessarily agree with you, but it's more important for me to fight for your right of freedom of speech if I don't agree with you. I don't need to fight for freedom of speech that agrees with me. All right. Next hour, a tribute, again, to Charlie Kirk and so much more.
You led the Tea Party movement in